everybody, the football fill-in is back and the Premier League is back. Thank God, you little beauty. And Arsenal are making it look like an absolute doddle. We're going to talk about all the Premier League action this weekend. Goalkeeper extraordinaire Dave Watson is here in the house. Going to break it all down. Football fill-in, come on, let's go. Okay, then, before we get into it, have a look at this little beauty. I remember collecting these as a kid. Panini Premier League sticker album is out. It is back. Have a look at these little beauty. We have got a whole box of, like, proper bad boy stickers to give away. We've got one of the albums. All you got to do, get yourself over to the Football Fill-In Instagram page. Give the picture that's on screen now. It's like me holding these or something like that. Anyway, somebody's going to be winning. We've got, like, 2 or 3 of them to give away. Anyway, have a look at this. This year, yeah, when you open the stickers, right, each player has got, like, a trivia question behind it. You ready for this, Watto?
Yeah, I'm ready.
What's your football quiz knowledge like, by the way?
It's been very average here.
Bang average. It is absolutely bang average. Right, OK, look, who have we got in this pack, by the way? We have got Marcos Senesi, Jack Harrison, Dean Henderson, Jose Sa... Oh, we've got a couple of goalies.
Couple of goalies, I've got a chance.
Right, come on then, you ready? We're going to do the quiz questions on Jose Sa, OK? You ready for this? In his debut Wolves season, Sa was awarded A, the Golden Glove, the Player of the Season, or the goal of the season. Don't all jump in at once.
Player of the Season, is that for his club?
Golden Glove, Player of the Year, or Goal of the Season for his club, yeah.
Player of the Year.
Player of the Year, has to be.
Yeah, it is Player of the Year. Right, Dean Henderson. Henderson's senior England debut came in 2020 against which team? Wales, Scotland, or Republic of Ireland?
Republic of Ireland.
Well done, big dog. Dave Watson.
Come on! That's the start I wanted today.
Right, come on, let's get into it. I've got to talk about Newcastle, lads. I've got to talk about Newcastle because this team are blowing everybody's expectations away emphatically as well. Keeping clean sheets, scoring goals for fun. Watto, what are you making of the Toon Army at the minute?
Really incredible. To be have the 5-week break and then come to Leicester 2 up in 7 minutes. I mean, phenomenal start. And the second goal, Almiron. I mean, incredible football. They look the real deal. I think Eddie Howe has done incredible work with them, and I think they're going to be challenging for top 4 minimum this season.
I totally agree. Like top 4.
Second now.
Second in the Premier League, right? With what? We're 15 games in, 15, 16 games in now. Second in the Premier League. Miggy Almiron, I know we buzz off him every week. We do, don't we? We've got to buzz off him every week because he has just turned it round. So we've got some stats on the board up here, yeah? So Newcastle now, that's 6 in a row. 6 wins in a row, right? Miguel Almiron has just scored his 8th goal in 9 Premier League games. That's 9 for the season. Eddie Howe is getting linked with England. Joe Linton is an absolute beast. Like, they're doing it properly, aren't they?
Do you know what it is? They're just... The intensity which they play at is ridiculous. Yeah. They work so hard. Howe's got them going, and Joel Linton is a bully.
Yeah,
he is a playground bully.
A playground bully. But what he's doing for that team now, so you've got Almiron and Joel Linton on the sides. The 2 fullbacks, Trippier and Byrne yesterday, they're getting so much protection. These guys are on the toes, but every time there's a transition, boom! Honestly, incredible. Defensively, the record's incredible. We spoke about Pope a lot. He didn't even have a save to make yesterday. That's how good they are at defending. Yeah. And these 2 lads are protecting the fullbacks, but then on the transition, they've got their energy to get forward is
I still think the Nick Pope signing in the summer is up there with one of their best signings. Some of the players that they've got are world-class players, right? But I still think you get a goalkeeper like Nick Pope, and they paid peanuts for him as well.
Nothing.
10 mil? In today's transfer market, it's absolutely peanuts. But to have a guy like that behind you, steady as you like solid as everything. He was, again, yesterday, brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I think it's just the calming influence. You can see with a team there's a trust with him. Yeah. He's actually, obviously, they play football. His previous team, not being disrespectful at Burnley, didn't play much football, but he puts his foot on the ball now. He plays the simple, short passes. His selection's there. And he's growing as a goalie, but he's actually brought more to their team as well. And the balance between it all is really nice to see now.
Is it true to say that there's a lot to be said for a goalie when he finally realises, like, his abilities, what he's good at, what he's not good at, and just stay within them parameters, right? That is the calling card of a good goalkeeper, isn't it?
When you stay within your own framework and your team know your framework, your manager knows the framework, and you are growing within that, you become unbeatable.
Beautiful, isn't it?
It's a beautiful thing.
We like it.
Can we talk about Miggy again?
Yeah, come on. Let's
Right,
talk about
so
Miggy.
this stat, Luke, our editor, sent me this stat last night. He scored 9 goals in his first 110 games, right?
For Newcastle.
He's now scored 9 in his last 16 games.
It's ridiculous,
right?
isn't it?
I want to ask you two, like, in his early days, he looked like a lot of energy, a lot of running, and the Newcastle fans have always liked him because he always puts a shift in. Always. What happens to a player? Why does it suddenly just click?
Go on, you can answer this one, because you've been on the coaching side of it.
I think all the attributes you just spoke about, and the fans were never against him.
No.
And all of a sudden, this year, the team has developed, and there's a little bit more trust and faith, and the way that the team is set up and play, and it's all come together for him, because he's probably not doing too much different. He's still making them runs into the box, he's still getting in all these areas, but players are finding him now. The pass to him yesterday, I think it was Guimaraes passed him in on the 1-2. It's unbelievable. But he's still doing the same things. Great touch, calm finish. They're all the attributes he had. He probably just wasn't getting the final ball back into him and little moments. But the more and more they've worked on the training field and got the little patterns of play better, it's an incredible thing to watch now.
I'm not even listening to him anymore. Look how beautiful he looks today, bro.
He looks suave.
He looks like the milk tray man.
He does look like the milk tray.
Listen,
You're going on a date after this?
Listen, I've been in hospital. I've been at home recovering.
Tell us about your operation. Come on.
Yeah, 5 weeks today since the knee replacement. I've had to come here. I've had to walk up 14 flights of stairs to get into here.
Yes, he has.
But what I've done is I made sure I got wrapped up.
Yeah.
I don't get out very often, so...
you look a million, mate.
You do.
Actually, you do get out a little bit because you were out yesterday, weren't you?
Yeah. I took my son to Villa yesterday.
Let's talk about the Villa game yesterday. How did that go down?
I really enjoyed taking it, walking up there as a fan. My son's getting converted into a Villa fan. But we really enjoyed the game. Liverpool, obviously, 3-1 winners, but Villa had a lot of chances in that game. And a different centre-forward on the day, I think the outcome would have been different. The Liverpool back line didn't look very solid, but in transition and attacking, they looked like they could have had quite a few as well.
How did Robin Alderson do in goal for Villa?
I think it was a real tough afternoon for him. I didn't find him at fault particularly, but there were an edge from the crowd with him playing. Yeah. I think the team sensed that Martinez weren't in goal behind them, and the set-up to play like I'd seen him play previously, but the short passes weren't there. He weren't finding the guys on the long passes, and everything then suddenly became tight, and there were more and more pressure coming on, and it really suited Liverpool, who were trying to nick it then high up the field.
Yeah. As soon as I saw Martinez wasn't going to be available to the game, he's probably still partying in Buenos Aires, by the way. Sure. But as soon as I saw he wasn't going to be playing or part of the matchday squad, I feared for Villa.
It's exactly the opposite of what we're saying. Newcastle got Pope, the back four set, the calm. Through no fault of his own, Olsen has to play. Martinez has just won the Golden Glove, the World Cup with Argentina. Whether he's partying or on his way back now remains to be seen. But Olsen comes in, and you could just feel that the place and the players didn't trust him the same.
Got the confidence like they would with Emi in goal.
Yeah, nowhere near the confidence.
Wow.
And in the end, they didn't know whether to play short, medium or long, and got caught doing nothing. And it actually probably helped Liverpool. Second half, obviously... Emery's had him in there. Look, we're not trying this. We're just going long, and away we go, and keep it simple.
And what about Nunes? You said with Nunes playing up front. I watched some of the game yesterday, and he is rapid. He is some juggernaut. When he gets going, he's quick. But when he gets on the ball, he's a little bit like Almiron, a year ago, where you kind of think you just feel like he's going to stumble or not get out of his feet, and he looks like. It doesn't look brilliant, but I do think there's potentials there. You were speaking to James Milner recently, and he's saying he's like an unpolished diamond. He's a player.
I think I said a few months ago. Sorry, he's a bit like a Bambi on ice. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's not a natural finisher. He had 2 or 3 what you'd have said were real good opportunities yesterday, but because of in finding his feet at the level, he's not quite there. But yet he makes the 3rd goal just by having that real attribute of pace, touch. He gets there to get the cutback in, and he caused Villa all kinds of problems because of the pace that he's got up front.
Yeah, he's just not finding that little kind of calmness, that coolness in front of goal at the minute. I remember the one chance where he's gone through one-on-one on the angle, and I'm thinking, just leather it, mate.
Yeah.
Just put your foot through it, right? That's all it is. And he tried to cut it back, didn't he?
Right,
Tyrone Mings cuts it out. But I just want to talk about Martinez quickly, all right? You're a traditional goalkeeper, Dave, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
What's that mean?
I'm old, I think he means.
Old. What I mean by that is you're old school, yeah? You come from an old school like goalkeeping department where you do your job and you go home, right?
Yeah.
What have you made of all the Martinez stuff, the Emi Martinez stuff in the last few weeks?
Antics.
Yeah.
Look, I cannot imagine how that guy feels.
Yeah.
You know, he's had a difficult time to get into Argentina's team. He's only really establishing himself now in the Premier League. He had so many loans at Arsenal. Villa take a chance on him in being an incredible signing, really. If you win the World Cup, I think you do your moment. To be perfectly honest with you. Whether I'd have been dancing with a Golden Glove and, you know, on this one knee, probably not. But I can't knock him for anything. I think what he's achieved at 30 years of age now is incredible. And the story for him to make that, you've got to enjoy that moment.
Yeah.
Hey, look, Villa for sure would have wished he were there yesterday. And it's 3 points potentially lost in the Premier League. But for him and his journey, if you can't enjoy winning a World Cup,
when can you? What can you?
What can you? When can you?
You've got to forgive him a little bit of shithousery, haven't you?
Yeah.
I mean, in fairness, Emi's been going for it. Have you seen his new? We'll put a picture of his new tattoo on screen. Because he's just
had a tattoo of the World Cup on there
where he saved the ball, wasn't it? Where he saved the ball, he's had a.
I'm all over
tattoo.
it, mate. I think
for sure. I mean, look. He's getting talked about because he saved a penalty and there were a little bit of skullduggery when the guy missed. But the save, virtually last kick in the World Cup final to get to penalties is phenomenal.
Can you imagine like the adrenaline boost you get and the buzz, like the goosebumps and stuff, when you make that save, right, in the 125th minute or whatever it is, and you know that's going to take you to penalties.
And you know you're the man at penalties.
My God.
I'd be dancing with a glove all night, come on. You're sleeping with it.
I said, didn't we? We said that's the biggest save he'll ever make in his whole career.
There'll never be a bigger save.
In his whole career.
You know, like goalies make a save. This is both of you obviously will appreciate this. You know, when goalies make a save and the commentary team or something will be going mad over it, and I always think to myself, would he have been criticised if that would have gone in? And if the answer is yes, maybe it's not quite as good as the pundits say. But like with that save, that was a big save. How many goalkeepers? Like not. Probably that many goalkeepers save that because he makes himself
I always
so
think
big.
the pundits get it wrong because they would have criticised him. Oh, it's gone in. It's maybe gone through his leg. He's just missed it on his calf. But the reality is, he's quick out the goal. He's massive. He spreads his frame. It's an unbelievable save. It's actually really won him the World Cup, hasn't it?
Yeah, it did. Genuinely.
Genuinely won him the World Cup. And look, we talked about Villa missing him and that, but all the talk is he'll be back. New tattoo and all. Golden glove maybe in the back of the goal. And away we go. The only thing that I'm jealous about him really is not only the fact he won the World Cup, but like every time he has a big moment, he has a little jig.
Yeah.
I didn't quite have that.
He owns it. He owns it. What about that pass from Trent? For the was it for the Salah goal?
Oh, beautiful!
It's filth. It's absolute filth. And Andy Robertson, big up Andy Robertson. He's now got the most assists ever as a defender in the Premier League. 54.
It's not bad, that is it? Come on, it's not bad.
They are different to most teams, aren't they?
No, they are. That's the way they play. That's incredible, though. I can imagine Trent's not too far behind him either, to be honest with you.
No, I think he's about 8 or 9. I did see the stat on it, but that all comes from a corner because the left back's gone all the way across the field to take it. They leave just Trent back, and when it comes out, they just float it in behind. You never pick up the corner taker,
that, isn't it?
And then Salah's free in the middle, but Villa have changed all the setups, so I'm a little bit surprised because obviously the first 2 goals did come from corners for them.
All right, let's talk some more goalkeepers, okay? So, of the weekend's action, right, there was no real glaring goalkeeper errors. The one thing I did see in the Southampton game, Southampton-Brighton, was the Bazunu goal, the first goal. Can you try and break that down? Why is he not saved that, by the way? Because from where I'm standing, what I'm watching, I'm thinking, That's a pretty straightforward save, that, isn't it?
Yeah, for one, the only thing is you're probably not expecting Adam Lallana to put a header in.
Yeah.
But I think that's a meat and drink action. I think if anything, you stop it every action The only thing I can think is he's worried about where he's putting the ball for the seconds because it was that easy. Really, he should be trying to catch it, and I think he's thinking, "Oh, what am I going to do with it?" rather than just deal with the ball.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden it's past him.
That's the first goal as well, isn't it? And for don't get me wrong, you haven't had a game for best part of 2 months. When that goes in early doors, especially Southampton who are struggling as well, it's the last thing you need, isn't it? It is exactly the last thing you need.
Brighton are a fantastic football team, and it's always a tough game. But the first goal in any game is crucial. Yeah. Home game, goalkeeping mistake, it's always going to be difficult.
Are you worried for Southampton this year?
Looking at what I saw yesterday, I am worried. Brighton are a good team, as I said, but it were a very comfortable win, and they look 2 yards quicker than Southampton.
What are you saying? Because I reckon Southampton are one of mine to go down. Definitely.
Yeah, I think there's a few. Wolves obviously nicking a dirty...
Wolves are on the up now.
A dirty little last-minute win yesterday. But there's a couple of teams down there, mate. There is a couple of teams. Everton looking like they're struggling a little bit as well. It's going to be an interesting one.
Solly March.
I think there's a few contenders for goal of the week this week, Dave, right? So we've got a few contenders. Eddie and Nketiah, by the way, big shout out. We're going to talk about Arsenal in a minute, by the way, because they are absolutely killing it, defying everybody's expectation. Eddie and Nketiah, lovely goal. Solly March, fantastic. Miggy Almiron, absolute thing of beauty. But we've got to give goal of the weekend to Solly March. As a goalie, Bazunu, nothing you can do there, right?
No, that was an incredible just piece of skill. Moved it onto his left foot and banged it in the top corner. You can do that in training, and you're not saving that.
No chance.
Not saving that.
No chance. Sometimes you've got to hold your hands up. Yeah, hold your hands up and go, well done.
Yeah.
Don't clap it, but
it's
appreciate
a screamer.
But that's his first goal for what? A long time.
A long
time, and it's for him a great way. But to put them 3-0 up away from home. I mean, the game's finished.
Some feeling that, isn't it? 3-0 up away from home. Oh, my gosh.
Very comfortable,
Solly March, goal of the weekend. Right, I want to talk about Arsenal, okay? I'm wearing the pink beauty today. It was another game today where I thought, Gabby Jesus injured. Are they going to be able to keep this going, this run they're going? By the way, we are 15 games, Arsenal are 15 games into the season. They've dropped 5 points all season, Dave. Yeah. 5 points all season. A lot of people worrying, doubting them at this point, but it just keeps on going, and and they keep getting these wins out.
Youngest team in the Premier League, I think that they are. Tough opponent, West Ham, especially when West Ham go 1-0 up. But they never stop playing. They were probably a little bit unfortunate to go in at half-time 1-0. But he's got into them, and they just kept playing and playing and playing. Little bit of luck with the miscued shot, but Saka has a great touch and rolls it in the corner. But they were on the front foot, hunting the ball, winning it in the final third every time. And then the quality of the play and what he spoke about, the third goal, it's unbelievable football. He just rolls the centre half. He got his arm out, he thinks he's going to the left. He's got his arm out, he thinks he's going to the right. Dummies him, and look, what a finish across the goal in the bottom corner. It were like an Arsenal goal, what you saw of old when they used to pass, just trying to walk it in the goal. But they're now playing with a freedom and a confidence, and fair play to Arteta with a couple of players missing.
Say what makes me is interesting, because people said at the start of the season, but let's see what happens when Jesus is out. Okay?
Yeah. Now's the
Let's
time.
see it. Now's the time. And Nketiah steps up. And I said to you earlier on, but it reminds me a little bit of Leicester, like when they won the league. You just, every week people get coming, but now it's the next 5 games, and they keep winning. Because
they have got a tough run,
and they keep winning.
They've got some difficult matches coming up, but I'm with you. The way that they play, right, that front-footedness, I don't think they care who they're playing against. I think they'll play Man City. When they play Man City, they'll still play the same way. They will.
That'll be some football match.
You look at that midfield that they've got, the likes of Odegaard, even Xhaka stepping up and doing it, Saka, Martinelli, and Nketiah coming in and doing it. Like, it's impressive stuff. It's almost like Arsenal now. Everybody thinks, they're a bunch of kids. They're young.
Heard that before, haven't we?
But no, you know what? They're not. It's like this is them of coming of age. Like, they're proper players now. For me, Martin Odegaard, I think Martin Odegaard is the man. I do. I think he's the man in that Arsenal midfield.
He's a genius. Yes.
He is a genius, isn't he?
Genius.
He's one of those who's so natural with the ball, and I reckon to be made captain at his age, everybody in that Arsenal team, I think, look at him and think, yeah, you're our player, mate. You're our playmaker. You dictate it all. It's incredible.
He's got that look of the Ozils about him in terms of his,
for sure.
his style and the way he carries the ball and stuff. But he works hard.
But none of the shit either.
That's the thing.
None of the bullshit. Just does his job. Do you know what I mean? And they all seem to do that. Saka just does his job.
Can they do it?
For sure they can do it, mate.
I think so. Momentum. They've got it.
Mate, they're 6 points ahead of Man City. What? No, 7 points ahead of Man City. 8 points ahead of Man City. I don't know. They're killing it anyway. Of course they can do it.
Yeah, but you're talking about the goal again. Ramsdale yesterday, understated, made 2 big saves in the game. Obviously, the penalty goes down the middle. But there's a belief through the spine of that team and the flair they've got in them forward positions. I think they're a good team.
It's when Rambo gets the ball, like his first thing to do is when he picks up the ball or something is just to go
run,
attack.
He sprints.
Run.
He sprints out first.
And then it's just transition.
And they're launching the ball. But when they play at the back, he's playing in some tight areas. They play some tight areas. But what they like is it's like the City. Play tight, draw you in, and then they're into or beyond you, and they're that rapid going forward.
That's the beauty of it. If you can do it and it works, it is incredible because it screws the opposition so badly, doesn't it?
They get 4 or 5 then in the opposition half thinking, we've got a chance of nicking it here. All of a sudden...
They're behind you, boom, they're overpowering you, overloading you. Oh, it's an absolute nightmare.
And no European football, so we're still... Yeah.
Arsenal are going to do it, Arsenal are going to do it.
I'd love them to do it.
Would you? Luke, would you love it to do it? No. Spurs fan behind the camera. Spurs fan behind the camera does not want them to do it. Talking of Spurs, so listen to this, yeah? Hugo Lloris, obviously disappointing final, all that kind of stuff, right? I do want to talk about the psychology of the penalties in a minute in the World Cup final, but I want to talk about Tottenham, right? So I'm listening to the commentary of the game and Fraser Forster starts in goal for Tottenham and then I hear Lloris is on the bench, though. And I'm thinking, hang on a minute. So he's not fit enough to start, but he's fit enough to be on the bench. That is the weirdest setup in the world. Surely, if you're good enough to be back, you're good to go, and you're in the matchday squad, you can start the game. It's as simple as that. Why on earth has Fraser Forster started that game yesterday?
Real strange one for me. All my understanding of Hugo Lloris, having worked against him, but known goalies who have been in that environment, Fraser, Joe Hart, at a time, he was a guy who always wants to play, whether it's would have been the cup matches, FA Cup, Europa League, whatever level they were in, he always wanted to play. So I'm like with you, if he's come home, come back to London, obviously had a few days with the team, he loves playing football and he's there available, whether Conte's thought mentally he's not quite there, but always a tough game to go to Brentford, and obviously Fraser's physicality would have probably suited maybe more than Lloris on the set plays and long throws and all this that Brentford do. But ultimately, he's been the captain of the team.
Yeah.
He's back, he's available. He's obviously got over the disappointment because he's not needed the extra time away from the club environment. You would have probably normally, under normal circumstances, gone with him. Again, like we spoke about, when you've changed the goalie, it does bring a different air to the team, even though Fraser couldn't be faulted for what happened in the game, and he dominated on a couple of set play. I'm
going to talk about the psychology of the Argentina-France penalty shootout in a minute, okay? But just quickly touching on Spurs, right? Spurs have done it yet again, where they've gone behind comfortably as well.
Oh my gosh!
1, 2, 3. They're going behind. It's like their favourite thing to do.
Yeah, I think they'd be upset if they got the first.
Yeah, for sure. That's going to ruin their game plan.
Yeah, that's it. They don't know what do they talk about at half time.
Exactly.
What, we're winning?
But they're getting over the line. They're doing it. Harry Kane, shout out, by the way.
Conte's throwing some espresso cups around in the changing room.
He loves
going
it.
absolutely berserk.
Yeah, I think he does it so that it makes him look good at the end of every game. What did you say at half time, Antonio? Well,
we need to find out what energy gels they have at half time.
Great header from Kane.
Great header from Kane.
Here's a question for you, though. Let's say in 5 years' time he breaks Shearer's record, okay? He's England's top goal scorer and he hasn't won a trophy. Where does that put him?
In terms of what? Top strikers in Premier League history?
Yeah.
He's up there. He's right up there.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, does he have to win something to validate it?
Well, you're never going to take away what he is. He's an unbelievable goal scorer.
Yes, he is.
And whoever he plays for, wherever he is, that is a fact. And I think he's certainly got a chance to break all the stats in the Premier League, and obviously he's level with England as the leading scorer. So I think all them things will come his way. But I would have thought, having worked with him a little bit and knowing him a little bit, because of the quality he's got, ultimately you want to win something.
Yeah.
You want to win something because all them other records are going to come his way because he's that good. He's got to decide whether that's a team that can get across the line. Does he get a move,
though? Does he get a move now? I think he's missed the boat.
Levy don't let people go and left.
I think he's missed the boat. He had the Man City chance last year or the year before, and that was his big one. He put that transfer request in. He had to come back with his tail between his legs. And
I saw a tweet the other day, and it was absolutely brutal. And it said something. It was obviously some Arsenal fan or something saying Harry Kane has scored 300 odd career goals, and not one of them has meant a damn thing.
Oh,
and you think,
that's a brutal stat.
That's ridiculous. That is. Right, I'm going to bring it back to the World Cup final penalty shootout. The psychology of it, right? Yep. Because we were doing a live watch along for the game, okay? And when it got to the actual shootout, it was about to start. I said to the lads, I went, look at the size of Emi Martinez in that goal, yeah? And no disrespect to Hugo, because he is what he is. He's a completely different goalkeeper. But then compare it to the size and the stature of someone like a Hugo Lloris. And I said, I think it will be getting in the France players' heads when they walk up and they see this big, massive 6'5" bloke standing there, and I think that will make the difference, and that's how it proved to be. That's the thing, isn't it?
I were exactly the same. As soon as it went to penalties, we spoke earlier in the programme about Martinez's save. He were in the moment anyway, but it's a big goal. But when you've got a big goal in there, it don't look so big, you know?
And it's a World Cup final.
And it's a World Cup final.
Is massive.
But for all Lloris's attributes, he's quick around the goal. On a penalty, you have to start behind the line.
Yeah.
You can't get no momentum to get your feet going. And I never thought he were going to have that moment. If Argentina did what they did and were calm enough in the moment to strike their penalties, they were going to beat him.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That was the difference. It really was. There was a couple of penalties that he's gone the right way, and you just think, he's still nowhere near
it.
Nowhere near it. And it reminded me of the Euro final last year, a couple of years prior with England and Italy.
Yeah.
And I see this again.
Donnarumma, yeah.
Same sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's, again, no disrespect to Jordan Pickford, because I'm a big Jordan Pickford fan, but when you've got big Donnarumma in goal, he looks very similar to Emi Martinez in terms of size and stature.
Yeah.
I just think, that is going to boggle your head. That will get in your head massively.
The reality is, when he stands 2 yards away from you and he's saying whatever he's saying as you're putting the ball down, and he's 2 yards, you can't see the goal.
Yeah.
You can't see the goal.
He's covering the
and
goal.
He's covering the goal. And
Then chucks the ball away.
Yeah, go and fetch that and we'll try.
By the way, I don't know about you, but I thought the standard of penalty taking this World Cup was shit.
Yeah, it was. Wasn't it? Early doors, it got a bit better as it went on, to be fair, but early doors, everybody was trying to do that clever, walkie up kind of look and picking a corner, just whack it in the back.
I think you got to hit it hard, and have a chance to make it. But the goalies, to be fair, I think they were making penalties so that the penalty takers were due to score. Yeah. Talking, you can't be off the line, and now as goalies, you're working behind the line, and you're actually stepping 2-3 inches behind and really trying to push.
Trying to push out, yeah.
But the reality is what we spoke about. When you're 6'5" and you push, you can get to that post.
Yeah.
When you're 6 foot and you push for all the dynamics he's got, there's an area.
Difference.
There's an area that you're beating him.
Yeah.
And I think. But I've always worked on the size, the stature and the presence of the goalies. I think is a natural thing, and the penalty when it comes to penalty shootouts. It's massive.
I know which goalie I'm going to want in my goal. Quickly, we've nearly done the games. I want to talk about Fulham, because another big win for them. Up to 8th in the league, by the way. Up to 8th.
3-0 away at Palace. Mitrovic scoring, what is his 10th of the season?
10th goal of the season.
Yeah.
Palace down to 9. We were having a little fruity discussion earlier on, weren't we, Ben?
About the red card.
So I said the 2 red cards.
Yeah.
So the second red card was Tompkins, yeah?
So the Terrick Mitchell won the first one. It's unfortunate. I think it's a red card, yeah. I don't think that he's that kind of guy, but I think it is.
I don't think he's meant it, but there's no escape. It's a red card.
The first one, just quickly, people were saying, awful challenge, he's done him.
No,
and
I didn't
stuff like that.
It's not an awful challenge.
How fast is the game?
Exactly. The game is rapid. Mate, that happens in a blink of an eye. And like I say, he's not that kind of guy. You can just tell it, but he was a little bit late. And when the other player is planted, like he is...
It looks worse.
It looks worse. It always looks worse. Yeah. But the second one...
I wanted Tompkins in my nomination for Chump of the Week, and you weren't having it.
No way. I am not having this one little bit right.
Well, the first yellow card is really soft in the bottom left-hand corner. I mean, the referee to give a yellow card there, it's nonsense. So he's put himself in an unbelievable situation, the referee. That challenge that Tompkins does, happens 20 times a game.
Exactly.
You're just stepping across. His arm might have been a little bit... But it's nothing. If you get a yellow card, 9 out of 10, you're probably unlucky. But because he's done it, I think it's such a soft red
He
has not put his arm
No,
out,
I
right?
don't think
What
so.
he's doing is he's trying to bump him, basically.
He's just trying to get a goal in the next couple of seconds.
Exactly that. He's trying to slow him down. He's trying to just get in his way a little bit.
And he did.
But he did. But then Mitrovic...
And he got caught out.
Honestly, Mitrovic could have stayed on his feet
Yeah,
there
for sure.
and literally just gone,
he's only
all right,
a slight
and
little lad, isn't he, Mitrovic?
It's ridiculous.
Little ballerina of a
Yeah,
player.
6'3",
Yeah,
95 kilograms.
Absolute sicko animal, header, back post like he does. He's no chance, mate. I'm not having it,
I
mate.
think a really soft card. But the referee had to probably give him a card. But the first card's nonsense.
The referee has put himself in that
In a position.
there where he's... So the second one, the red card, is none of it's necessarily whatsoever, and it kind of ruined the game a little bit, because once it goes down to 9 men, Fulham must have been rubbing their hands, by the way. Absolute incredible win. Away at Crystal Palace, which is a
tough place to go, isn't it?
Really horrible place to go. And I can imagine on Boxing Day it'll be a bouncing Crystal Palace as well. So a fantastic win for Fulham. Fair play to you.
Can we talk about Wolves?
Oh, go on then. We've got a few seconds.
Go for it.
We've got a few seconds
We've got a
before
few
the quiz,
seconds.
all right? We're going to get into the quiz imminently, but come on.
Aït Nouri, last-minute winner.
Dirty last-minute winner.
All of my family are Wolves fans. Everyone. Right? So my brother-in-law, you know Lee J.
Yeah.
We were at my mum's house. The winner goes in. Oh, my good God. Place erupts.
Can I tell you what it was like in my household yesterday, right? So we're all West Brom fans in our household, right? Yeah. So, and there's been a goal at Everton. There's been a goal at Everton. Yeah. There's a goal at Everton.
Babbies!
And it's gone to Wolves. I'm going, oh.
I bet you still had pudding.
Yeah.
We're staying up. Off the bottom. I think 13 points.
I don't know, you know.
New gaffers come in, off to a flyer. We're getting the young boy from Atletico Madrid at front.
I just don't think they've got enough goals in on Wolves. However, I do want to talk about Everton quickly, though, because Everton are struggling. Everton are genuinely
They're in my
struggling.
3 to go down.
That's a real boot for them, because obviously Wolves been bottom of the league at home,
6-pointer.
Boxing Day, massive game.
6-pointer.
They go in the front, get pegged back, and at that point you accept, come on, we'll take a draw. We don't want to get beat by the bottom team. But the new manager's come in, a real pedigree for the manager at Wolves.
Yeah.
I think he might get Wolves out of ball.
He could be the difference.
I do believe that.
This is the reason why I worry for Everton. I think just that the way that you conceded a 95th minute goal like that was so sloppy. It was a counter attack. They had chucked so many men forward.
Naive, isn't it?
And that is the bit. Exactly that. It's naive. That screams of a naive team. Yeah. That. At that point, you just go, no, all right,
just
settle.
accept you've not won.
Settle, yeah.
You've played well. You've done everything you can. Take your point.
Boom.
Whoever's next, we have to move on.
Yeah.
But you cannot get beat.
How long's Lampard got? I think Everton will go down if he stays.
Well, we're at that point of Christmas where it's going to be game. So unless he's picking up wins in the next 2 or 3 or 4, then...
He's got to get points.
He's got 3 games.
The only thing that will keep him going is the fans will know what happened in the home games towards the end of last year.
Yeah.
And they'll think...
It can happen again.
It can happen again.
Yeah, it's true.
But it shouldn't be in this
but it
position.
shouldn't be in that...
Everton aren't that team. Everton shouldn't be that team that are getting the last 10 games and staying up every year.
No.
Everton aren't that club.
No,
Everton should be firmly...
Well, they're wanting to push on and move into a new stadium and really say, look, we're the most established Premier League team. We've never been down. We want to get higher and higher. But you've got to get the right tools in place to put all these things in there. It's building a new stadium and potentially getting relegated is the worst case.
All right, lads, anyway, quick yo jibber jabber. Do you know why?
Come on. Good song, baby!
Football fill-in quiz. Okay, before we get into the quiz, I just want to do Champ of the Week for the weekend, all right?
Lopetegui?
No, it's not Lopetegui.
Aït Nouri?
No, it's Aït Nouri. And it's not Miguel Almiron either, but he could have won it as well, because Miggy, it's like we nominate him every week, but he's not getting it this week. I want to give it myself this week to Eddie Nketiah for Arsenal. Massive loads of pressure on his shoulders. Jesus out, Arsenal going to lose, all that kind of stuff. He stepped up, scored a world-class goal. Looks like he's going to be able to handle it. Okay, boys, we ready? We're going to get into the quiz. Eddie Nketiah, shout out. Lego!
Right, here we go. First question.
Watto needs to redeem himself because he was rubbish last time.
Today's the day. Today's the day.
When Drogba first signed with Chelsea in 2004, what club did they sign him from?
Marseille.
Correct, Tom. Next question. Which Premier League team was the first to score after the World Cup?
Newcastle.
Nope.
Brentford. I can't answer again, can I?
Brentford. Yes. Yes. He can't answer again. He can't answer again. There's a good boy.
Stitch me up there.
There's a good boy.
What's the knee?
Yeah, watch his knee.
Which player had the career path of Penarol, Algeria, Benfica?
What? Wait there. Algeria's a country.
Liverpool.
Wait there.
Diaz.
No.
Say it again.
Say again.
Hold on.
You can't have Algeria. You can't have Algeria as a career path.
That's a country. I think autocorrected there. It's autocorrected. I'm sorry.
Is this on the? Is this staying on?
Yeah, this is staying on.
Oh man.
Right. Penarol, Almeria,
Ah.
Benfica, Liverpool.
Who did you say?
I can't tell you, can I?
Almeria, Benfica, Liverpool.
Darwin Núñez.
Correct.
So
Darn it!
Almeria and Algeria.
Almeria.
Almeria.
Algeria, that was an autocorrect.
2-1-0. No, 2.
Yeah.
1-0.
Yeah.
Clean sheet. That's what I was brought up on.
Which Spanish player announced that he was retiring from his
Sergio Ramos.
duties after the World Cup?
Sergio Ramos.
Busquets.
No. Busquets.
Boom.
All I've got is just chatter. All I can hear is chatter.
Hey, when you're playing goal, you're getting abuse from behind the goal. Blank it out,
2-1-1.
mate. Blank it out, mate.
Who won the FA Cup in the 2016-17 season?
Man City.
Nope.
Arsenal.
Correct.
I was going to say Arsenal!
You've got a shirt on, buddy!
What's that? 2-2-1?
2-1.
2-1.
2-1 for them.
Where did Newcastle sign Almiron from?
Oh, that's really tough.
Oh, no, I know it. But it's which one?
Miggy Almiron.
I can't help
Atlanta
you.
United.
Correct.
Ah.
He's pulled that one out of the bag.
Yes, you have indeed.
Ha!
What on earth?
Yeah. Come on.
Who scored Brighton's first goal this weekend?
Lallana.
Correct.
Damn you!
How did I not get
3-2-2.
that?
3-2-2.
3-2-2. I hate it when it's
Close.
close. It's tight.
2 questions left.
Is that it? Let me get my arm across here.
What's his name?
Name one of the teams which got relegated from the 2017-18 Premier League season.
Norwich.
West Brom.
Correct. Incorrect.
Yes!
West Brom.
West Brom.
Was that you?
Is that you? Oh,
that
you're
you?
a dickhead!
What's the score?
Oh, cheat!
The score is 3-3-2.
Oh, I could level it
Am I
up.
4-3 up?
No, 3. 3-3-2. I could level it up.
Yeah, okay, 3-3-2.
What question's that he's in the team?
Yeah, come on.
I'm sorry. Right.
What's the next question?
I bet there's not. There's
Ben's
not.
mum's maiden name.
There's not a question about Barnsley. I know that, innit? Come on.
Whose celebration was that, by the way?
Lingard.
No!
Michael Owen.
Michael Owen. FA Cup final. Come on, then.
In the 2008 and 9 Premier League season, who was awarded the Golden Boot?
Henri.
Nope.
Bass. Oh.
This is for the win.
8-9.
Yeah. This is for the win.
Is it timescale?
Drogba.
No.
Robin Van Persie.
No. Oh. I think everyone's back in. Everyone's
Yes,
back in.
good. Yes, perfect.
Everyone's back
That's
in.
what we want, a proper quizmaster. What's the answer?
No.
Everyone's back in.
Wazza.
Nope.
Oh, damn it.
Thank you.
Is this last question?
Last question.
Have you got a tiebreaker question?
I can get one.
Sloppy that is, Jay.
Van Nistelrooy.
Nope.
Yes!
So either...
We've got to have a timer on this. Take your
time, innit?
Then he gets a blue badge so he gets an extra minute.
I might need 3.
Going crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna have to count him down, Jay. As the quizmaster, you need to be resolute and
5,
strong.
4,
Yeah.
3, 2.
Ah,
Any name?
Sergio Aguero.
No. Should I just give you the answer?
Yeah.
Nicholas Anelka.
Oh, man.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, we went down the Chelsea route as well, didn't I, with
I
Drogba?
weren't thinking.
Hey, what's that? 3-3-2.
Well, I'm back in, innit?
We had
Have we
Yeah,
got
back
a-
in.
Is that the end of the quiz?
No, there's got to be a winner. We've got to be a
There
chance
has
to
to be a
get in.
decider one way or the other.
gonna have
It's either a full-on
Jamie ain't got
draw
to decide
or
the
you might
question.
win.
Yes, you have, Jamie. You've got to decide a
Make
question.
one up. Make one up.
I've got to decide a question.
Here we go. Come on then. 3-3-2. Pressure's on.
Okay.
Yeah.
If this is saying where did Ben start his career and what player Ben
I
played,
love you.
This weekend,
oh, God's sake.
stadium had the highest capacity.
Newcastle.
No.
No.
Newcastle played away at Leicester.
Arsenal.
Correct.
Yeah! Oh my God! Come on!
The tiebreaker.
We need another tiebreaker.
No, we've got to fair shares, isn't it? Fair shares.
We've got to have a winner.
Right, go on
Be a
then.
winner.
Go on then. Go on. I like to win it.
There's got to be a winner.
Okay, I'm going to think of another one.
Watch his knee because you're
I know.
excited.
If I win, I can't
Yeah,
jump up.
You stay there,
I
right?
know.
Hold on. Let me get one.
Do you want me to give you one?
I can't believe I said Newcastle. They
Yeah,
played
you
away. They played at Leicester. They played away at Leicester.
Incredible, mate. Incredible.
One sec.
Oh gosh.
What club did Liverpool sign Jordan Henderson?
Sunderland.
Correct. And
Oh my God! Are you?
was me.
Oh, come on!
Tom.
Oh,
Yes, come on!
you didn't even answer, Bigger.
It's because it's the worst question in the world ever. What a bad question.
Hey, I'm saying I got that right, so at least that's 4 this week, isn't it? Even though I didn't.
Get four, but
Slower.
right at the end.
Just tipped you, Otto.
I know,
On Otto,
Well
Stanley,
done.
very great effort.
Thanks for inviting me on.
Right, well done,
Ben.
lads. Brilliant.
Yeah, well done, Benji.
Well done, Tom. Really good. Everybody, well done. Thank you, everybody. Don't forget.
Come on, me babbies!
The Panini sticker album. Get yourself over to the Football Fill-In Instagram page. Give that picture a like. Get in the comments down below, and we're picking a couple of random people to win a full unopened box and an album. Boom. That's been the Football Fill-In. Dave Watson, you're a legend. Well done, Tom. Love you all. See you soon.